Good morning. We just lost our last Necrobinder run after a really funny Aerobus play. So, let me swap to the Necrobinder again, still on Ascension 7. Okay, for the first time we haven't seen Leafy Poultice, so I might actually spend some time thinking about this. Now normally I just take Silver Crucible here, for much the same reason, where I just want to get some definition in my run ASAP, and that typically gives me good definition. However, I don't hate the idea of Lost Coffer or Nutritious Oyster and just trying it out and just seeing how it feels. Now, there is a 3 elite path, and I think merely one 3 elite path. So if we look at the 3 elite path, it looks like this. Specifically. So the things we get with the 3 elite path is 1 shop and 1 fireplace, which is fine. But if we take this 2 elite path that sort of exists on the left side here, we actually get 2 fireplaces and 1 shop at the cost of only 2 elites, while here obviously we get 3 elites. This right path has 2 elites, 1 fireplace, 1 shop, so I think I'm always not taking this, even though it has very little it's very little question marks. It's also got a shop late, which is not what I wanted. I kind of want them early, typically. There's also a path with 3 fireplaces, 1 elite, 1 shop. I'm not certain what I want here. There's an argument to be made that, this 3 elite path is, the most variable. I'm shopless, but, push comes to shove, I can always... Well, I'm not shopless, sorry, I get the shop late. But I could go over here, or if I feel like I need the extra rest site and the 1 less elite, I could go up here. So I do think that this starter path is what I want. So now the question is, do I want a potion? No, I think I want to upgrade cards. I always really like this upgraded cards one. Even if it's not the best, because it allows me to add definition to the run, which is something I really enjoy doing. Okay. That kind of sucks. If we had thought about it more, maybe I could have actually generated a scenario where I kill the Toadpole, knowing what I'm about to draw. That seems pretty likely that I could have done that, and I just didn't. Wow, okay. So the Grave Blast upgrade is one of the better upgrades, but it's not very strong. 0 mana till 9 is really good aggression, but Negative Pulse is also such a good card. It's one of the best commons. It just does so much for you. So I'm probably taking Negative Pulse, but Poke is a good close second. Well, imagine if I had Negative Pulse here, right? Okay, Negative Pulse is over there. That's really disappointing. I can still stun this guy. And then block on the turn, actually draw the block cards. Cool. Another card that says Doom. Upgraded Scourge is pretty good. And I don't hate the idea of taking another card that says Doom. Doom is so good against elites just because it's balanced around it not dealing damage, so you have to take an extra hit of damage, but otherwise the numbers are just insane on them. Reeve is fine, but I think Reeve is a card that doesn't do well kind of late, while Scourge is a card I will want to play later on. Drain Power is interesting. Every time I've picked it up, I've been disappointed. So I'm not going to take it. But I'll take Scourge. Doesn't mean I've taken 2 cards now that say Doom on them. Which means, if I end up taking Doom Synergy cards, that wouldn't surprise me. I've also got a Doom Potion. Okay. Punk has been doomed. Wow, okay. So, Poke and Sculpting Strike are both good damage, but Wisp is kind of interesting in that the turn you draw it, you're -1 card, but every other turn you get like +1 strike or defend, right? Because these are the cards you're not playing. Right, what all mana lets you do is play your weakest card, the strongest card of the cards that you weren't originally going to play, which means it's weaker than the cards you were going to play. Typically, I mean, you know, there are combos and stuff that you could be thinking about. And so what Wisp says now is just like, outside of these 3 cards, which I'm always playing, play one of these. And that's like fine. It's not terrible. It's probably Sculpting Strike though. I realize that like adding Ethereal, getting rid of these cards over time is probably good for me, especially these strikes. And I don't feel like I need Wisp. I'll take Sculpting Strike. But I like how my things were really good for how the choices I got. So we've got the Shambler. We've got the guy that looks like this. Terrible drawing. And we have the 4 guys. And I'm pretty happy into all of them here. Maybe I want slightly more defense if I fight the Shambler. Like, this is probably not enough defense. But everything else I'm kind of happy about. Negative Pulse Defense Scourge. Doom is really nice against Sewer Clam, who, you know, has the plating effect, so regular damage doesn't work as well. Defend, Sculpting Strike. And then Scourge. Easy peasy sauce. Very strong start. So Blight Strike is not great. Like, Blight Strike does, like, it's unupgraded, so all the cards are going to feel a little worse. I don't know if that means I don't want these. It might mean that I don't want these. Like, truth be told, I'd rather just cycle to, like, these cards as quick as possible than have to deal with unupgraded nonsense. But it's a little aggressive to not take a card. That's, like, an extremely aggressive decision to make. I can deal at most 24 damage here. That's annoying. We'll hit you. We'll hit you. That's really annoying that they all have at minimum +1 health. Okay, so we'll kill this guy. I think this guy was doing the multi-hit, but I might have misremembered that. I did not misremember it. Nice. Not that that really helps me here. They're gonna take more damage. That's really sad. This is the kind of opponent where Doom is particularly bad. I love Defy. I will take Defy. Defy is a perfect defensive card against the Shambler if we fight the Shambler. Or even this guy. Like, I don't mind Defy against this guy at all. I'm not gonna block for 1 damage. That's not worth it to me. Scourge. I will block here though. Doom is really interesting against this guy because it's like, you know, it doesn't actually interact with the 70 damage. So like, as soon as he's stunned, he's probably gonna die just from the abilities anyway. Just kind of strange. It's a sad turn. Maybe Terra Eel is like someone that's uniquely hard with Doom. I don't think I've seen the Terra Eel versus Doom, like, large-scale interaction before. And this does feel pretty bad. Yeah, this feels awful, actually. I did not realize how bad this would feel. Thank you, Defy. Okay, we can do this, and then next turn, we're very likely to stun. Yeah, cool. And then by being stunned, you immediately die afterwards. Wow, that was surprisingly tough. I might need to pivot. Okay, this is more... I mean, it's just more text that says Doom. But more text that says Doom isn't, I don't think, necessary. I think I just want good cards. I don't know if that means a second Defy or not. It might mean a second Defy, which is why I'm going to take it. Oh, this is bad. This is incredibly bad with Doom. Uh-oh. I should not have taken as much Doom as I took. I did not know. This is the most I've ever taken Doom early on. Okay, also I completely forgot about the Smog effect. Luckily that was probably still my best play. But this feels really bad. Sculpting Strike this guy. Get rid of it, defend. But I think... No, I'm not Scourging. I'm definitely... No, I am Scourging. I'm gonna Scourge. Scourge is obviously a skill. That's why I shouldn't Scourge, because I want to actually defend. That's probably okay in the sense that I'm not going to... I'm probably still not using a potion here. I'd rather take the 5 damage, because I think it's likely that I get through this turn. Which was a lie. It was not likely. I guess I'm potioning. That was unnecessary damage. Because I'm not thinking it through this turn, I don't think. Strength pot. So, friendship is good if I'm relying on Doom, which is kind of funny. I don't know if it's good enough. Is mana what I'm lacking? I guess mana gives me +1 defense. I'm gonna take it, but I think I'm going to need some help here. I don't think I want a colorless card more than I just want a random card. We're fighting... We've seen this guy. So we're fighting Shambler and that. Enfeebling Touch isn't particularly useful. Which means I kind of think I want Cleanse to just get rid of the strikes if I'm doing like friendship plus defense. I don't know how good Necrobinder does at just like all in on defense. It's probably fine. Maybe I take Enfeebling Touch then to just accentuate that game plan more than Cleanse. Oh, I don't know, man. What are we looking at? Because this gives us nothing, right? Which makes me think we're going to go here. And we probably need to go this way. Because I can't imagine I'm going to want to do both elites. No, I mean... This way into the shop is basically just as valuable, but I get +1 shop. Instead of +1 question mark. And I think I value a shop more than a question mark. Maybe I don't. I'm with 187 gold. I might value a question mark more than a shop, to be honest. Is that true? We're full on potion slots. But we'd be getting the potions after spending these on this fight, probably. So could be really nice. Like if we get the guy that are 4 enemies, so would just be incredible. And then it says it retains, so it doesn't like brick your hand. But Enfeebling Touch is pretty good into the other guy. I'm gonna take Enfeebling Touch. We get nothing. I kind of want to remove a card. And I remove a strike and I say I'm really going all in on this like defend game plan with friendship. So I think I remove a strike. But by doing that, I think that means I have to take... I think that means I'm probably still taking this path. I don't think I need the shop. Because like spending money to remove a card doesn't sound great. And I don't know what defensive cards I'd be looking for. Which makes me think the question mark is just like higher chance of giving me something good. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, it did not give me something good. I'm not using the Sword of Stone, but... Yeah, I really don't want the Sword of Stone. I can probably take 7 HP, sleep, heal the 21 that I heal or something like that. And then use my potions. 19, okay. Hopefully potions see me through this. This was not a good flaw. And I got these guys. The guys I was hoping not to get. Is this the turn I want a Blessing of the Forge? No, I don't think so. We simply do this, this, and Sculpting Strike the back guy. We do have Negative Pulse, and Negative Pulse will be good. Very good. Okay, so I'm like always playing Negative Pulse here. I'm 1 damage off being able to unleash this guy. If I use a Strength Pot, I can strike this guy to kill him. And then I just defend. That doesn't seem like a bad line. The next turn I'm like spamming Defy. We do this. And then we honestly just defend. We take our 5 damage. One of them's gone. Defy. Defy. And we strike this guy. Feebling Touch. I'm actually not going to friendship. I'm going to do it like this. This is the turn they're all hitting. And it's a turn I don't draw much block at all. So it's probably like Scourge, Blessing of the Forge, try and get the Defies up. How much damage am I actually taking? 9 plus 9 is 18, plus 7 is 25. I've already got 5, so I just need to block 20. Negative Pulse and Defy is like most of the way there anyway, to be honest. But yeah, there is value to doing Blessing of the Forge. To just buff up my single deny, like Defy if I want to Scourge. That gives me plus 3 block. It's not a lot. If I Negative Pulse, none of them die from the Negative Pulse though. The value of Negative Pulse is actually kind of limited. While if I do like Scourge on that guy, and then I just Blessing of the Forge, Defy, Defy, that full blocks. In fact, it keeps my Ostia alive and still kills one of them. I think that was worth the potion. Enfeebling Touch. I'll Sculpting Strike this guy. And defend. Defy, Scourge, Strike. Defy, Negative Pulse. Okay. We did get through. A Power Potion will be very nice against Waterfall Giant. Bowler Hat is a little bit too fucking late. Bone Shards is defense? Yeah, Bone Shards is defense. Okay, good. I actually got defense here. Oh. 15. You know what? I did manage to fully defend this guy. I think I took no damage in this fight. Eidolon. I don't have the draw to make Eidolon do its thing, but it also does just say exhaust your hand, which does mean goodbye strikes, goodbye defends. But it's probably not worth the 2 mana to do that into the Waterfall Giant. It's probably just Invoke for the mana. No, I don't need the mana. All my cards cost 1. Maybe it is Eidolon. Because once I play Friendship, getting rid of my cards will not be too bad. It won't be great. I don't, even if I sleep, I don't even know if I'm beating the Waterfall Giant. The Power Potion has to give me something, and if it's going to give me something, it's probably something that generates a lot of power. Like, generates just a lot of value for me. And so what would work best for something that generates a lot of value for me? My guess is Invoke. Like, if it draw, like, you know, let's say it's like the card that gives you an ephemeral card at the start of each combat. I think I'm taking Invoke. I know I'm fucking sleeping here, though. This was a terrible flaw. I regret a lot of my decisions, I think. What have you got for me? Call of the Void was exactly... I said ephemeral, I meant ethereal. I think Call of the Void is exactly the kind of thing I want, and I probably want that more than I want the Mesna, because I don't know if my deck is good enough for me to say drawing an extra card is really important to me. So I'm going to take Call of the Void. Now, Shroud is block, but I don't have, like, repeat Doom. So it's just like every time I play these, it's +2 block. Big deal. Call of the Void, I think, is the perfect kind of card to give me what I need. I'm not playing Eradicate. We Defy, we Negative Pulse, we Invoke, and we Scourge. Here, we Defy, Unleash, unironically Eidolon. Get rid of these 2 cards. That might seem crazy, but I do think it's right. Apply 10 Doom plus 5 additional Doom for every Doom already on this enemy. That's the perfect card for me. I'm very willing to take that. I'm going to lose one of these. It's probably okay to lose one of the Defies. So it's Negative Pulse, Enfeebling Touch, apply 35 Doom. Full aggro is not good enough, I don't think. Defy? We're probably just looking... Oh, so we're definitely invoking, because I think that value is good. I'll just spam defense. That way, the Unleash we draw is going to be a little bit better. Transfigure is good. Is it good on any of these cards? Yeah, I guess it's good on, like, Unleash. It might be good on Invoke. I don't mind the idea of it going on Invoke. If we draw Scourge next turn, it's really nice. But other than that, I don't think I need the extra value. Like, this getting me 4 mana might be overkill. I'm gonna put it on Unleash. Unleash, Unleash, Enfeebling Touch, Invoke, Sculpting Strike. Cool. Taking 30 damage. Sikkim is nothing. I don't think I even want it in the deck. This is a sad turn. No Scourge. But our No Escape will do nice. What did we get? Debilitate? We can't weakness this turn, so I don't really want to play Debilitate. Unless I get it here. Okay. 60 Doom. We're probably looking at Negative Pulse, No Escape, Invoke, to be honest, and I lose my Enfeebling Touch. They only have one more turn of being around anyway. Like, they're going to die here. Seems very unlikely to me that they don't. They're now dead, and I'm definitely surviving this 38 damage, 36 damage. So, did we need to sleep? I still think so. We did not know that the Power Potion was going to give us that card. That card is the best one I think we could have gotten, by far, because it just gives us stuff to spend our mana on, when we actually do have excess mana. Yeah, I mean, this is a good enough turn. It's as good a turn as any. Oh, sorry. That was not the explosion turn. Okay. Yeah, that turn was as good a turn as any. Cool. I did not need to sleep, it seems, but I couldn't have known. So we don't have an Eidolon. We did pick that up. Do we want an Eidolon now? Probably not. Oblivion is part of a package of cards that is a skill that says when you play a card, do a thing. Like it's part of the Rage and Corrosive Wave thing. I'm not spamming cards, so this won't apply that much Doom. But also, what fucking else am I fucking taking? I need the power. Like, I need the raw power. There's an argument that maybe I should be thinking, like, what buffs can I get? And I'm thinking, if I'm thinking, like, what buffs can I get? You know, let's say there's, like, a 20% chance mana is offered to me. If mana is offered to me, Oblivion and Eradicate sound a little bit better, right? Now, Eradicate does sound worse with my friendship. So maybe that means we take Oblivion. There's a couple options that let you draw a card. There's like that pale thing that lets you get +1 draw every turn, I think. So like Oblivion's better in that. This makes Eidolon look a little better. I don't have anything that's like if you've doomed to be excited, right? Which is like one of the benefits of Oblivion. But maybe I should just take a card like Eradicate and say, you know, I can turn that into a win con. If I just like set up mana, like I've got mana here. I can get rid of the minus, like I can buff this up. And if I get mana, this is like a kill card. And I can try and win with this in mind, as opposed to something else. Especially if we find vulnerable. I feel like Eradicate is one of the few cards, like of these three cards, Eradicate is the most that's a win con. And that might just be what I'm lacking right now, right? I think that means I'm going to take Eradicate, even though it's the one that's maybe furthest from the game plan I'm looking at. Because the game plan I'm looking at has not seemed strong enough. So we now have Bowler Hat. I want to visit this, and I kind of want to visit this. There's a couple of 3 elite paths that are present, and this is still one of them. And I think I need the power from elites. We're looking at Decimillipede. We're looking at Rend. And this guy is a worrisome one, because we're doing Doom, so we're not even like getting the extra mana. And we're looking at the B guy. Now the B guy is fine, because Doom is okay into B guy. Decimillipede I'm worried about. If we have defense, it'll be fine. And we have Enfeebling Touch, which is kind of good into Decimillipede. And that'll also help into Rend guy. Enfeebling Touch is very good on this floor. So we're probably looking at this, which is not a bad path. That actually seems like a pretty okay path. If you end your turn with unspent mana, gain 2 mana next turn. It's very good with Eradicate. It gives you that extra mana that you can spend on the turn that you want it to. Invoke is good with Eradicate, and if we just buff Friendship, like, you know, 11 times 5 is less than 10 times 6. So, like, a -1 strength Eradicate sounds fine. -1 strength Friendship. It's probably Pale's Tears. Pale's Legion is not terrible. There's a sort of funny thing that Pale's Legion lets you do, where if you have summon stuff, you only need to block once every couple of turns, and summon does the rest. Pale's Wing might be the kind of thing that just gives us the value we need there. Like, we end up taking a path that's a little bit more... Actually, there's not many things we want to skip today, because we're trying to go for elites. Which I think we can do. So I'm going to take Pale's Tears, which I've taken so much, but I do think it's right. Cool. Now we have 5 mana. We don't want to spend it all. Doom. Defy. I'll defend. Eradicate having Retain, by the way, is incredibly nice. It does work with Pale's Tears in a really rewarding way. 9 to all is so alluring. is probably not necessary. Defy. Defend, defend. I don't need a friendship. Like, these guys might be one of the few opponents that are, like, pretty easy for me. Yeah. Yeah, these guys are easy. Cool. Fetch is literally just, if you only have one copy of it, generally speaking, this is just like 0 mana, deal 6 damage. Now there's a, you know, against the B guy, it gives you a dazed. So there's a couple of things that are wrong with it, but, you know, 6 damage every draw doesn't sound terrible. So I'm down to take a single copy of it. I want Dredge more. Dredge gives me, like, Invoke, which is kind of nice. Dredge gives me Defy. Dredge gives me Enfeebling Touch, which actually seems really good. And we have the mana to sort of spare on an effect like Dredge. This is just 6 damage. I'm gonna take Dredge. I think I need that value. Alright. Whoa. Ice Cream changes everything. Ice Cream means we can totally go for Eradicate and just put all of our eggs in the Eradicate basket. And, like, you know, some Doom stuff will be... I think you take it. I think this actually, like, completely makes the build all in Eradicate in a way that's not bad. Like, actually seems fairly good. And we can take cards like Invoke and, like, they're free. I mean, you know, they cost a card, but they're free. I'm gonna get rid of a strike. I think this will work. Perfect fit. What would be a perfect fit? What would be a good perfect fit? Enfeebling Touch? So that it's always dredgeable? Or I take Normality. How bad is Normality for me? I know I've got mana to spend, but, like, I want to bank mana most of the time anyway. I'm not so certain Normality is bad, and I'd love to get rid of those 2 strikes. This might seem crazy. I actually think this is right. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm proven wrong, but I think this is fine. Like, I don't mind that turn. That turn doesn't bother me. Oh, well, I mean, I did fuck up Ice, like, Pale's Tears, but that's okay. That turn we were allowed to. You took Bone Shards? I don't need Bone Shards. I'll pass. Uh, 9 times 5. Doesn't... I mean, the point is that I'd be knocking them down. Do I need to knock them down? I don't think I want to knock them down. I'm going to pass for now. Take the damage. Move on to the next turn with my extra mana. I'll just pass again. And this turn I go for it, I imagine. Easy peasy. I honestly auto-clicked. Every time I auto-click that, and I know I shouldn't, because I don't think I wanted that card. Like, it's fine. It's block. But I don't think I need it. And I don't think I want those. I think they're not worth spending my mana on. I might want a card reward more. No, I don't know if I want a card reward more. There is a shop, but it's kind of fucking far. Do I want $100 at the shop? Do I want 125 bucks at the shop? Is that worth it to me more than just a potion? I don't think so. But a demise is pretty good. There's a millipede. Okay. So the only opponent that's not a single enemy, which kind of sucks because of how Eradicate works. But we, like, enfeeble and we defy, and we're, like, fine. We're, like, enjoying our turn. Yep. Not bad to take 6 damage on the first turn against an elite. Not too upset about that. Okay. Here, we've got to do a little bit more thinking. Scourge. We might need to, like, dex pot. Because this is a tough, like, opponent. This is, like, by far the hardest one we could have seen. I'm gonna dex pot. This one's the hardest. We'll do it like this. Let's try and defend up a little. Get all the mana. We will definitely Bone Shards here. I think Bone Shards is good. Negative Pulse. Defy. But I don't think I need to defend anymore, so I'm just going to go Friendship. Oh, Friendship, right. Friendship is still -2. I did forget that. Probably not playing Eradicate though, so it's probably fine. So it's probably Defy, Bodyguard, Invoke. This turn's not a good one. Defy, Bodyguard, Invoke. We take our 1,000,000 damage. By that I mean 14. So we've got mana now. Which means I think we're probably looking for a kill turn here. It is so sad I didn't draw Enfeebling Touch again. That being said, we've already fully blocked basically. So we just do this, we do this, and then we just eradicate this guy. Cool. Gusari Armor is kind of unnecessary for me. Dirge is another X-Cost card. Which is really funny with what I'm doing. Is it a good enough X-Cost card? Like, you don't need 2, is my, like, underlying argument. You don't need 2 X-Cost cards. Except in the worlds where Eradicate is not what you want to do. Like, against enemies that are multiple enemies, right? In those matchups, you would want Dirge, because of all the buffs it gives to Osti. And then you can always do Unleash anyway. Maybe we're not taking Retain. We're not taking Eradicate. We go back to doing, like, Friendship. We use Dirge, and then Dirge just gives us the world's biggest Unleash, and that's, like, the way we think about our fights. And what's good about that is Unleash is actually something that we can Dredge. God, I'm getting all my words wrong. And that can be fine. It's probably Dirge. As an alt win con. As an alt win con / will be the main win con. Do I need to sleep? I'm fighting these two guys. I don't know if I need to sleep if I'm fighting those two. While upgrading Friendship or Invoke sounds really good, especially a card like Invoke. Like, this does just say +1 mana. That is just +1 of the thing that is good. No, I take Retain on Dredge, right? Because this card lets us win on the right turn, right? It's the card that lets Dirge become a win con with Unleash. Spire is fine. That's actually really good with part of what I'm doing. This is such a weird deck. I haven't played a deck like this in a fucking while. Am I playing 3 cards here? Because I can... Yeah, I can get rid of this guy's mojo. I'm gonna play my 3 cards. I know, I'm losing out on the buff, but that's okay. Actually, I might dredge already. I think into this opponent, dredging now is a good idea. Yeah, we dredge, we boom, boom, boom. That allows us to defy Enfeebling Touch. What are we doing next turn? That's our next turn. We know we're taking 18 damage next turn. I don't like that that's our next turn. I probably didn't need to do that last block. I probably needed the extra mana. If we draw Bone Shards, we're happy? Cool. I will pass here. I will take 7 damage to basically make sure I think the rest of the fight goes my way. I think we defy. I think we invoke, but then we do Dirge now. A bit strange, but we have 1,000,000 mana at this point, as well as defense. Here we can go something like Friendship, Defend this thing. We just pass. This is 100 damage if I wanted it. You can do something like boom, boom, boom. And this is still 70 damage. Perfect. I mean, not excluding the damage we took, that was perfect. Grave Warden is a better block card, and I would like a better block card. So I will take Grave Warden. We're gonna fight this guy. B guy. I think I want to Powder Demise against the guy from the render art. I think we just do a little bit of that, and a little bit of that, and we move on. We take our 1 damage, but now we have our mana. Would have loved you on the other turn. This gives us 24 block. We can Feebling Touch into Dirge. Yes, 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 we lose our mana. But this guy doesn't do anything this turn anyway. And we're setting up an Eradicate against this guy, I think. I'll play 1 soul. We invoke and we Friendship. This guy's getting eradicated. Not this turn, though. Be in a bit. So we definitely defy. We are taking 21 damage. 21 damage is okay. Next turn, we're dealing... What's this? We add 4, then we add 2 because of Pale's Tears. So we actually get 6. So we're looking at... We're looking at 16 times 10. That's 100... No, sorry, not 16 times 10. 14 times 10. So we're looking at 5 damage off. But then we invoke here, so we get the extra mana. And that should be enough. I'm fairly certain this works. Yeah. Perfect. What a silly... Oh, Permafrost is good. Power Potion is probably better than Powdered Demise. I like Spire. I'm like the world's biggest Spire fan, I think. I just think that card is fun. Probably unnecessary. It's just like a card that you draw and it says 8 block, but like it's not Grave Warden, and Grave Warden says 8 block but better. I think I still upgrade. I think I'm risking it. We're fighting the Rend guy. I know I'm using the Power Potion. But if we go here, it means we can take Friendship, which is just worse than buffing Eradicate. So I will just buff Eradicate if I want to buff Eradicate. Yeah, I'll just buff Eradicate. The only thing that's better about buffing Friendship is like... No, there's nothing. I don't think I want to buff Friendship. Okay, I want a Power Potion. This is kind of mid. I'd probably take Haunt. We don't have no souls. What's Haunt? Is Slider Flesh better? No, I don't think so. Thank you, Permafrost. Bone Shards, Invoke, Scourge, I suppose. Feebling Touch. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have played into Feebling Touch. I need the mana. Oh, no, Invoke. Cool, I'm the goat. Boop, 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 boop. And now I have the mana. Like, now I have the mana cycling with Pale's Tears. Defy? We dredging? No, we're not dredging. We're just big blocking, and I'm not dirging either. 15 times 10. That's 150. That's not enough. I'll friendship, and I'll just pass. It's not times 10. It's by 13. Alright. I'm going to bring out the calcs. Now, 15 times 13 shouldn't be too hard. But I can have a calc right next to me. 15 times 13 is 195. It's so close to being 195. I'm only off by like a little bit. But I also don't need to do it right now. I can just do it next turn. Cool. Actually, I shouldn't have done that last one. I should have done Invoke for the extra mana. Not that it matters. Because 18 times 13 is definitely enough. Cool. I do be liking this. This is really fun. This is not something I've done before. And Ice Cream feels very, very fun to play with. I'm so glad we went for Eradicate. I think like saying I needed a win con was such a... I'm glad I said that. Because it makes me sound smart. Because I think it was correct. I don't want any of these. I mean, Fear is like not bad. Adding Vulnerable makes Eradicate earlier. It does not necessarily make it better. But it does make it earlier. But I think I skip. I mean, it's worth saying that, like, some opponents, if I, like, need to play, like, a bunch of block, because I'm getting 6 mana every turn. If I need to play 6 mana or block every turn, then I'm not scaling. Do I want the shop? 200 gold is a lot of money. I'll spend some at the shop. I don't hate Miniature Tent. Although Sparkling Rouge is not bad. Oh, but then there's Friendship. Which I don't think I need. And in fact, at this point, might make just Eradicate worse. Although again, we always have Dirge into Dredge, Unleash as an alt possibility. Entropy's not bad. There are cards that are not bad, but I don't know how much I need them for my win con, right? Like, all these cards are good, but for my win con, maybe it's just Miniature Tent. Like, I get to sleep and I get to upgrade. If health is like one of my biggest fears, this sounds pretty good. And there's a lot of things I want to upgrade. Like, Grave Warden's a great upgrade. Every Invoke is just like +1 mana, which is like exactly what I want. But then Sparkling Rouge is like perfect, right? Like, it's +1 strength for my pop-off turn. That's 15 damage or 16 damage or something. And +1 dex, which means I have to block less. That's probably not as useful as like healing up 4 times or 3 times. It's probably 4 times. I'm probably going to 2 rest sites next floor. So it's probably 4 times. Yeah, okay. This heals me 4 times. I think that's worth it. We'll sleep. And we will upgrade... Friendship? Yeah, at this point we'll upgrade Friendship. Now this guy's kind of funny because he has 2 opponents, which means that my normal thought process might not be most applicable, although this is a fantastic first turn. Now everything is set up, my mana source is perfect. Oh my god, I still haven't gotten rid of Normality. I don't think that's too big of an issue, but it is really funny. I will Scourge. I will block Potion, then I will Dismiss. Cool. Invoke. Sculpting Strike this guy to get rid of this. Would I just take the damage? $150 damage. So I'm not killing this guy. I'm not killing that guy. That does mean I'm defending. I can Dredge for Dirge. That gives me like 43 souls. But if I'm not defending, like the tough bit is like, if I'm not actually also defending, that does just mean that like my fist doesn't deal a lot of damage. What's it called? My unleash. So that's not that useful. I think we're just doing a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and I'll block to 3. Might not be worth it, but whatever. Now we're looking at 190. That's so funny. So we can actually kill this guy with Doom, but that's okay. I don't think I need to. I think we just do this and this. And then next turn we kill one of them, and I won't even be weakened, right? Yeah, so I'll actually just be able to kill whoever I want. And I get to spend all my mana beforehand, right? Yeah, so I'll invoke Grave Warden. Yeah, so as long as I've got like 15 mana, I'm good. So let's also dredge. And let's just make sure we're getting everything we want done for next turn. Which is going to be like this, I think. And then... yeah, let's kill this guy. Heal. Yeah, I mean, this is all good. Whoop, whoop. I'll soul. I'll play Bodyguard, but I don't really need to spend that mana. Whoa. Okay. I'll do that. I'll do this. And I'll invoke. And I just don't need to spend any more mana. So why would I? I guess I could have sold, but... and it should be... it's not lethal. So it shouldn't be lethal. But next turn it will be. Cool. This feels really good. I'm really enjoying this. Demesna is plus mana. It's 3 mana, gain like 5, maybe? That's really good enough. The only thing I'd be thinking about is like Sacrifice. Like Sacrifice is like a really useful block engine that also says retain, so I can play it whenever I need to. I don't need Demesna. Sorry, I keep saying Demesna. I think it's Domain, but I think Demesna is just like a cooler word, so I just say Demesna. I don't know. Demesna goes for the win con more, but going for the win con is not as important. Like, accentuating the win con may not be as important as, like, trying to beat my loss conditions. I just don't know if Sacrifice is, like, truly beating those loss conditions or not. It is worth saying, this does say his max HP. It does make Dirge better, like temporary Dirge plays if I need to survive. But then it's also draw a card that does nothing. The Mesna is also kind of draw a card that does nothing, though. I don't know. I don't know what I want. I really do think Demesna is unnecessary. If I fight the... I'm realizing that the test subject is like the biggest issue right now, because it's the only one of the bosses that isn't... that's more than one enemy, if that makes sense. Like, you can kill the queen. I can just straight up kill the queen. And the Doormaker, I can just straight up kill the Doormaker, right? So what I'm worried about is the test subject where I actually have to deal with multiple phases. And if the test subject is my biggest issue, which one of these helps me against the test subject most? And I think the answer might be Demesna, where it lets me generate value. Like, I can spend the first phase setting up, and Demesna will help me kill without needing to use all my mana on the first phase. The second phase is going to be a little bit skirmishy, but I probably will end up eradicating. And then the third phase, I think I fully eradicate. And I just need to set up during that third phase, and that's going to be scary. And maybe Sacrifice helps for me to do that better more, but Domain is going to help me during the first phase a lot. And that phase is definitely scary to me, because I'm mostly playing skills. So I think I'm going to take Domain, because I am worried about test subject. We got the door. Cool. That should be a lot easier. because I'm a setup deck. And while the door does do a lot of damage, I think I'll be able to stall enough for it to be fine. Who's the... It's not a PAP. Okay. I think we want to hit a late shop. So, a path. However, I do have the miniature tent. So this would be like extra rest sites, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking we're going to do something like this. But I don't know how much I actually need to upgrade those cards. And I don't know if I need this shop either. Yeah, the other path I'm kind of eyeing is like this one, I suppose. But not a lot. I'll go that path. Something on the PAP. Okay. Max HP by 31, I think, is the right choice. Swift 3 is good. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Swift 3. I think there are lots of cards where I'd love to draw from them. But I also don't think it's necessary. Like, I'm not a cycle deck. I don't need to, like, draw just more. And this is going to help with Miniature Tent because I want to heal at rest size. Like, this also says plus 31 health for the whole floor and plus 10 health every time I go to a rest site. So that's going to be plus 40 health. And I think if I'm a setup deck, what I'm worried about is the Doormaker dealing 120 damage to me before I kill the Doormaker. And that'll be like 3 turns of dealing 40 damage every single turn. And so Looming Fruit really helps against that. So I think I'm taking Looming Fruit. I think that's the right choice. Okay. This is 21 damage. I don't like this. I don't like this. I really do need better block cards. I think I'm doing this because I also need the mana. I don't like this. I will do this, I suppose. It was also not very good. Thank you, Enfeebling Touch. You showed up right at the least important time. Domain, Enfeebling Touch, I will bodyguard us. We can always stretch for Enfeebling Touch if I need it. However, I can like very easily just kill this guy in the back, right? This does 15 damage. I only need to do 15 damage. What's that? 5 times? That's 66 health. 15, 30, 45, 60. Yeah, I only need to do it 5 times. So we just invoke, defy, Grave Warden, eradicate. I get all my mana back next turn anyway. Soul. Enfeebling Touch, defy. We just wait. Okay. Bodyguard, defend, invoke. Thank you. Cool. All of these just say damage. What I need is defense. I don't care. These guys. These guys concern me. I will take a skill potion. I will reanimate for free. Yeah. It says unblocked attack damage to you, which I'm fairly certain means I don't lose my max HP. I'm fairly certain that's the case. So I'm gonna do this and this. Yeah, cool. We have Eradicate. We will Enfeebling Touch. We'll Negative Pulse. I don't think I'm eradicating just yet, but I do think I should be like actually just trying to kill these guys with regular... This already has Ethereal. Okay. I don't think I want to eradicate this fight much anyway. Because I think I want to be killing these guys kind of normally, in quotes. I think we Scourge that guy. I think we do this. I think we do this. Then we do this. 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 Taking 2 damage. That's okay, I think. No, permafrost. Wow, that was the first time I played a power. It's kind of funny. I mean, surely we can dredge for something, right? Whatever. I mean, we play Dirge and we win. I don't need to think too hard about it. Actually, I've got dredge. Let me just... Whatever. Pull aggro is like 2 mana block 11. It's so bad in this spot. I don't really want it. I will pass. So my first thought was here is where I want to take normalize. And nothing is telling me not to go for that. So goodbye normality, which I've called normalize every single time. Okay, Slime to Berserker. This guy is great because he does nothing turn 1. I can just do this and I'm fine. Cool. Defy, Domain, Gravewater. Uh, 140 is not enough. Invoke. Dredge invoking is not worth it. Yep, that's a true statement. I'm weak. Oh, man. Okay. I guess I can dirge if I want to dirge. It's pretty defensive. I don't... Okay. Dirge blocks for like... We're looking at like nearly 80. Yeah, I'll play Dirge. Take a little bit of damage. Now we can dredge for Unleash, but I think that was actually just like a good temporary play to set up for another Eradicate, quite frankly. That's kind of the way I'm seeing it. So I'm just gonna do that. Like, that's just a temporary defensive play to set up for it. I don't... Right, I did remove that card from my deck, which was kind of sad. Invoke. I will soul. I will soul. I was hoping for another invoke. It's okay. I will pass. Uh, 14 times 19 is 266. Sorry, that's fucking hilarious. I put it in my calc and it's exactly the same number. Debilitate is not a bad choice. But neither is Fear. Like, this might be the perfect time to take Fear. It applies 2 vulnerable, which is really nice. I don't think the upgraded version... Yeah. 2 vulnerable is, like, perfect. I think 1 Fear is very nice to have, and it's going to be the kind of thing that will help against the Doormaker, because I do need to speed myself up against the Doormaker. I think I'm taking my 8 damage here, and I'm... No, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm losing my domain, but I have my mana set up. Cool. Nine times 15 should be lethal, right? No, we're 4 off. Oh, man. If I fire pot, the Fabricator just dies. Is that better than, like, defying and blocking a little bit and doing it next turn? We're taking so much damage that I don't think we're able to just block it. Yeah, I think I'm eradicating plus fire pot. Seems fine to me. Cool. Stable Serum is kind of okay. An upgraded Defy? I think I need an upgraded Defy. It's not bad, but I will skip it. What's up? Oh, right, we're healing here anyway. Domain costing less is basically just as good as Invoke giving me more. So I will take domain costing less. And I'll sleep to heal back up. Strawberry. Okay, I forgot that these two rest sites are right next to each other. That means, like, I was always going to heal the full here. That's just me not using the map to my advantage. I'll Invoke. Invoke's a good upgrade. I guess I'll rest. I don't have, like, anything that's a benefit with that, though. This is not a fight where we want to fear. I will negative pulse, and I'll just pass. They are dealing damage to me. That was probably just like a bad line I took. Right. 15 times 7. 105. That goes down to 90 if I don't eradicate. We invoke. We defend. No, I think it's just like invoke eradicate. Maybe? Sorry, I'm thinking like if I use energy pot. No, yeah, invoke, defy, eradicate works. Invoke, defy, eradicate this guy. Cool. My upgrades are no more. That's true. You did do that. Good job. I will pass. Surge isn't a terrible choice, but this is basically just as good. Now, this guy's dealing a lot of damage. But I will simply draw my eradicate. Nope. Okay, that's pretty bad. A little bit of an ouch. I will invoke, eradicate. Defy, dredge the eradicate, surely. 13 times 7 is I'm 1 damage off if I do that. Which means that... Yeah, we just wait till next turn. Fucking fine. Cool. A little bit of damage, but I'm not too upset. And Centennial Puzzle is probably good. Wisp says +1 mana at the cost of +1 draw. Of -1 draw. I don't think I want that. I'll pass. Although High Five is kind of alluring, but I will pass. Can I deal 300 damage? Probably not. I probably can't actually deal 300 damage. Like, at best, I'm doing 14 times... like, let's say 12 mana, I think. That's like 168. Yeah, we'll do this one. And we might not even be able to do this. Invoke, pass. Okay, I was straight up wrong. Like, this is easy. And I probably could have done enough. Like, this just works. Maybe not. Like, what if I just don't draw that card? Those 2 upgrades were nothing. Is Call of the Void worth it? Volley is just eradicate, but doesn't retain. That's so funny. Call of the Void I think might actually be good enough. It might just give us that secret sauce that we need to win. I'll take Call of the Void. So the 2 elites left are Soul Nexus, which probably does damage to me. And... the machine guy, who probably also does damage to me. I don't think I need to take the damage. I think I'd rather just heal up. These guys have an axe to grind. I will invoke I am losing 2 mana. I am gaining 2 mana. All this does is summon 2. Believe that's true. Okay, thank you for the mana. This guy's kind of annoying. These guys are kind of annoying. I will probably end up doing Dirge as my win con against these guys. Which kind of sucks. Because that's just like not as fun for me as Eradicate. That's okay. Am I dredging? I'm probably dredging. Cool. Oh, thank you, Centennial Puzzle, I suppose. Yeah, so I will dirge. Yeah, okay. Dirge. And then we're just gonna be like unleash maxing. And like Eradicate will come up. But I mean, right, I do have a couple of souls. I will just shuffle these back into the deck and take a little bit of damage. Shuffling them back into the deck sounds like a good idea to me. Wow, Necromastery is not bad. Enfeebling Touch, and I'll unleash this guy. I will Necromastery. I'll play one more soul. I'll play Bodyguard. Cool. So now the souls are sort of loosely spread throughout the deck. That's kind of nice. And now we just sort of sit and wait for my... for the cards that do things. The Unleash. I'm actually just sitting and waiting for Unleash. We always play Invoke. We always play Invoke. We can Seance out a regular defend. Whatever, I'll waste a soul. I'll waste another soul. Okay. You have become unleashed. I will soul. Invoke Grave Warden, soul. You have become unleashed. Soul. Transfigure this. That's fucking fine. And I'll Bodyguard. And Enfeebling Touch. Invoke, Invoke, Seance, get rid of you. Draw, draw. Grave Warden, draw. 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 Unleash. Eradicate. Cool. Seance does get rid of nonsense. Do I want that against the Doormaker? No, spending 1 mana to do nothing against the Doormaker seems like a bad idea. Well, hopefully I can win this. I think I can. I think just going all in on the idea does work. But it could be bad. Getting no power here kinda sucks. At least we get Invoke, which is like a great card. But I think we pass. So this turn is Exhaust turn. That's okay by me. I don't really want to lose Invoke, but I'm probably not playing it that many more times. I don't think I want to cure all this turn either. Actually, this might not be a bad turn to Stable Serum. Like, we just take the damage, we play this. And I guess I'll play 2 of the defends. No, not Stable Seruming. I will always get that back with the card anyway. No draw. That's what this is? No draw? That's okay. I don't need to draw. I believe we always fear. Because now we're looking at 22 times 11. Which is like half his health. So in like 2 turns, he would probably be dead if I get that back. Which we might be able to do just with like Dredge, right? Because I'm thinking Dredge also works with Invoke. So in 2 turns, like we're playing the Invokes and the Dredges. But the Invoke, the Dredge, and the Fear again, and then we're just eradicating the turn after. And I don't see why that wouldn't be like a fairly reliable way to win. Domain is worth it mana-wise. And I think I just take the damage. Like, I'm willing... Like, this is kind of a damage race that I think... My claim is that I'm going to win. Whenever you play a card, lose a mana. Yes, I am aware this happens this turn. That does kind of suck. Just double checking. 22 times 15 is not enough, right? There's no way. Yeah. I forgot this happens this turn. This is the new phase. I think I just take the damage again. Yep, so we've got this phase. Yeah, I believe in next time we try and win. Possibly. I don't know if we can, because we can't draw. Very okay defying. I don't want friendship, I don't think. I'm going to cure all. Yes, this is what I wanted. I did want to see Invoke, I think. Although what I really want to see is... Fear. Which is kind of awkward. I think we just play like card like Bone Shards just to survive a little bit. I will Invoke, even though I don't get to Dredge it. Because I don't like the only time that's getting extra value is on like if I get to draw it next turn, and I'm just not drawing it next turn because it's here. But I think I'll pass this. Cool, I'm not dead this turn, and we have Fear. I will apply Fear just always. 21 by 27 sounds like enough. Yeah, it is. Cool. That was a pretty good run. I'm pretty happy with that. That was very fun. Very different to Necrobinder runs I've had in the past. I haven't used Eradicate very successfully. I did have a run that was Volley on the Defect, but that was very different. I really like the way Invoke works. I think getting Ice Cream was great. I think like the decision-making right around here in the run was just really, really nice, where we took Eradicate as opposed to other options that looked kind of nice for like the Doom stuff we had at the very, very start. That did help us get through the start, but was also still very awkward, and I didn't get as many elite fights as I wanted to, I think. But I think solid Ascension 7 victory. So next up will be the Defect. Okay, thank you. Good night.